Hello, everybody. Welcome to Waxy Wednesday, the Fruit Loop edition. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get here like I usually do. And before we get started, so yes, I wasn't here last week. I've been so busy. So kind of upset I wasn't here for last week because Fire Island is an awesome scent and it's really new. So I wish I could have done one last week, but by the time I would have been able to, it would have already been so close to this one that I kind of found it to be a little pointless. I probably should have done it anyways, but I did not. So we are here tonight for Fruit Loops. If anyone isn't familiar and they catch the playback on what Waxy Wednesday even is, I go over it every week. So the people that watch it with me every week, you guys are probably annoyed with having to hear it, but there might be newbies. You never know. So Waxy Wednesday this is a live video where we go over the scent notes of a different scent each week. I tell you what it's offered in and everything that comes in that scent, or, comes in a sampler as one of the scents in the sampler, they're all 20% off. So this week, anything Fruit Loops is 20% off. So that's going to be the 6-pack cubes, the car fragrance, the warming oils, the bars, the tarts. Let's see, I think that's it. Oh, and it comes in the fruit sampler. So the fruit sampler pack is actually 20% off too because it has Fruit Loops in it. I see that, Carrie, you're like, it's amazing. Yeah, Fruit Loops is a really, really good one. And it's probably one of the strongest ones that I make. Besides Coffee House. Coffee House is still really strong too. That's another one that's knock your socks off. But Fruit Loops, very strong. And that's actually, now that I started doing vendor events, that's actually the one that I burn in my tent, every event. Because it seems to be the one that most people love it. It doesn't matter what scent profile you like. 9 times out of 10, everybody comes in and they're like, that smells so good. So I'm like, that's how I reel you in to my tent to come buy things. Yeah, it's one of my favorites too, which at first it started out not being a favorite of mine, because I'm not really a fruity person, but it's just something about it. I don't know what it is. Everybody loves it and it's super strong. It's super strong. So if you're, I've had people ask me before, what's the weaker scents, because they're not really into knock your socks off strong. We all like different things. I personally want it to be over the top strong. But I've had people ask me, what the lighter scents are, so that they could kind of go that route, because, strong things give them headaches, but they still want things that are scented. Fruit Loops is not one of those. Not a chance at all. If you're sensitive, this is not the one for you because it is stronger than strong. And it's super fruity. So anyways, to the point, we are here for Fruit Loops, Waxy Wednesday. I'm going to go over the scent notes. At any point, if you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I try to get back to you guys as quick as I can, which there is kind of a lag, but I look kind of stupid answering a question 5 minutes after you asked it. But Facebook doesn't care. They don't care. They try. So anyways, Fruit Loops, the scent notes are sweet orange citrus, tangy cherry, vanilla bean, and hints of sandalwood. That sandalwood is there just kind of to balance out all the fruit. Otherwise, it's a lot of stuff going on. If you ask me, it's very true to scent. Completely smells like a fresh poured bowl of Fruit Loops. So it's a good one. It really is. If you're into anything fruity or bakery, this is definitely one for you. If you're a natural scent person, I don't think you would be like, oh, I need to have that. But it's also not, I've noticed, now that I do these vendor events, I've noticed people come in my tent and everybody says it smells good. Literally everybody that walks in does. And some people will buy things that are patchouli, things like that, but they're still saying that the Fruit Loop smells good. So I don't know if they're lying to me or it just is that good to where people, it doesn't matter what you like, you'll still be like, that smells good. Which that one is always, yeah, I have it in this is what I bring the scoopable with me to these events. Because right now I'm kind of getting rid of the scoopables that I have on me. Because everybody who kind of follows my stuff knows I'm not shipping them anymore right now because it's so hot out. But I actually this is the scoopable I use in my tent to lure everybody in. And they love it. So it must be good, I think. Or they're just trying to make me happy. But anyways, I personally think that you can probably pair this Fruit Loops with just about anything fruity or anything bakery. I know I've personally paired it with like vanilla cupcake or sugar donuts, any of those kind of things that I offer, they're going to be awesome with it because it already has like that cereal bakery portion of it where it's not just straight up fruit, you know, like a fruit salad would be. This is more of like that sweetened, you know, baked cereal type of scent. So I would definitely say you can pair it with anything bakery, anything under the sun, from like a strawberry pound cake to even lemon pound cake. There's a lot of that citrus in here. So to me, the first thing I notice is like the lemony, orangey vibe that it gives. But you can pick up on other fruits in there too. Again, it's not like a fruit salad, not at all. If you've smelled Fruit Loops like the cereal, you've smelled this because it smells exactly the same. And I'm kind of excited that this is the one that the group picked this week. If you haven't joined the Crack Corner Scents group, that's on Facebook. You should definitely check it out. I try to get in there as much as I can and, you know, talk with everybody and put up different posts, whatever. So each week now I put up a list of scents for them to pick from to decide what's going to be the Waxy Wednesday highlight. So this week they picked Fruit Loops, and I was kind of excited because this is like a party scent to me. This is super fun, and you know, when I think of like what your house should smell like during a party, I don't know, this is what I think of because it's so much fun. It's just very friendly and I love it. Like it is a party. It's such a energizing scent. And with me, all of my melts always look different. Anybody who orders from me all the time, you know, like you can order the same exact scent. It's going to smell the same, but it's never going to look the same. So I actually just did the restock on these yesterday, I think. All the days blend together now because there's so much going on. I never know what day it is. So I just did the restock on these, and right now they're like this weird purpley blue shade thing going on, and then I got a bunch of colors in the back with glitter. So this one is always my favorite one to do because it's so free. There's so much energy in it, and there's so much art you can do with it that I love it. Like the colors are constantly changing from neons to, you know, like the whole blue scale, like tie-dye. I love it. And that's kind of what this scent is. It's such a free and fun and friendly aroma, if that makes sense to people. Where this is kind of like one of those high energy, just pump you up scents, which I actually have it in my burner downstairs right now. So, and I have cactus blossom upstairs, so it's kind of strange, but they work. It works. It totally works, which is very odd because fruit and flowers to me don't go together, but they do right now. So yes. Anyways, this, I think you could definitely pair it with anything fruity for sure. It's gonna kind of change like the whole fruit vibe to it. Instead of it being more of like a bakery fruit, if you added things like the Fancy Pants or the, you know, Fire Island, even if you have a different vendor that you use that has an awesome fruity scent to make it more mature and not so much like little kid cereal, I definitely could see that working. I personally pair it with everything bakery under the sun because it gives it that little kick. This comes in, like I said before, in case anybody missed it, the 6-pack cube, the car fragrance, which Fruit Loops comes in pretty much everything that I offer because this is one that almost every other order has Fruit Loops in it that I get. It's a really popular one, so I offer it in everything, and it's a really strong one, so it's definitely worth it. It comes in the 6-pack cube, car fragrance, warming oil, the bars, the tarts, which I don't know if the tarts are in stock right now on my Etsy, but on a normal day they do come in the tarts when everything is in stock. And it comes in the fruit sampler, which what I'm going to start doing anytime that these are in a sampler, I'm actually going to give you guys the list of the scents that are in the sampler. I notice I don't really do that. I just say, hey, it comes in a fruit sampler. Oh, it comes in, you know, the natural sampler, that kind of thing. So people that don't check out those samplers, you don't really know what's in them, which is kind of dumb on my part for not sharing that with you guys. So in the fruit sampler, I call it the fruit variety corner, fruit, something like fruit corner. So everything has like corner or variety in it when it comes to these samplers. Like that's their cutesy names, which I don't really do cutesy names either. It's kind of like to the point. Like you'll see like Fruit Loops, honeysuckle and jasmine, like lilac. I don't, like most people will be like weird names. I don't really do that for the most part, unless it's a dupe of something. Then I try to stick to that because a lot of people will recognize that, so they'll understand what it is. So This comes in the fruit variety, which is watermelon lemonade, lemon juice, boats and hose, blackberry sage, forbidden fruit, black cherry merlot, strawberry patch, and Fruit Loops. So they're all like 1 ounce or ½ ounce samples. They look kind of like this. It's like a tart if you were to break up like a 6-pack of cubes. Thank you. I try so hard with dupes. I really do, because I'm like, if you're gonna say it's like something, it better be like something. So I search all over to get like the best blend for you guys. If there's like certain things that I say is a dupe, I try really hard to make sure it's the right thing. Because to me, if it's not the same, you don't want it. I'll just go get the real thing then. So, but I know for some of them, like the one that you had just asked for, that's more of like a fall scent. So you might not be able to find that right now, which is why I'm like, yeah, I'll totally do it. I hate that whole seasonal thing, which everybody who follows this knows I hate seasonal. I'm not a fan like of that whole, oh, well, it's a fall scent, so you can't get it in June. I don't like that, because I love fall scents, and that's almost all I burn. So I have to like hoard them. Like I buy everything up. Like before I became a maker, I would buy up all my candles in the fall, and then I'd be like, well, I gotta ration these off, because once June comes, that's it. You got none, you're done until like the end of August. So yes, I'm obsessed with fall scents. Like I just love them. That's my thing. And some people, they love like the watermelon lemonades or the florals, which are really big in summer and spring. So I'm sure those are the same people that like fall comes around and they're like, oh man, this sucks. Or Christmas time, you could get florals, you can get fruit, but it's not gonna be those summertime ones. So I hate the fact that so many companies do that whole seasonal thing. And I try really hard not to do that. I mean, like I add extras into inventory for those seasons, but for the most part, I keep basics all year round. So with me, you'll be able to get watermelon lemonade in October, or pecan waffle. I have that one every day, all day. Pecan waffle never goes away. So even though that's a fall scent. So yes, I hate seasonal. I'm not a fan of seasonal. And I know the dupe that you wanted was a seasonal, it's cranberry chutney. So I mean, you can't really get that in June, but I'll gladly give it to you in June. I love any kind of dupes. So if anybody has ideas on ones that they like, send them my way and I will hunt it out and try to make it happen. I can't always do it like right off the bat. That's the kind of crappy part. I have to search things out. I know there's another person in the group who had asked she wanted like 3 or 4 different ones, and I could only find the stuff to do one for her, but I'm still searching it out, because to me, if I can find it and I can make it happen and it's good enough, might as well do it. I think she got, I want to say the Viva La Juicy is for her. That's the one that she wanted, and I think it's such a beautiful scent that I added it to the line anyways. So she'll be able to get it all the time. It's really nice. But back to the point, because I go off on tangents. When it comes to the variety packs, I'm going to start going over what each scent is, which reminds me, they are, if you get a variety pack, it's supposed to be like a sampler, like a pre-made sampler for you in a scent profile that you pick. So if you want the fruity one, or you want bakery, there's natural, and what else do I have? Floral, and then like the overall sampler, which is what I call the corner variety. So that's got like a little bit of every scent profile in there. So if you like bakery, or you don't know what you like, you can find them all in there. And each one of them is like 1 cube, the equivalent of 1 cube. And you get 8 of them in each sampler pack. So this week, the fruit sampler is actually going to be part of Waxy Wednesday, because it has Fruit Loops in it. So it's on sale this week. Yes, I believe that makes sense, right? I don't know, I ramble. But yes, each week it'll change. I mean, some weeks there's scents that we end up getting for Waxy Wednesday that aren't in a sampler pack. To me, as a buyer, I would love the thought of a sampler pack. I've never really seen that before I started doing this, but I didn't really pay a lot of attention either. So, I mean, like, my word isn't that important. But I don't know, I thought it was a brilliant idea, because then you get to, like, try a bunch of different ones, and I'm one of those where if I'm burning something, you throw in 1 tart of something else, like just to mix it up a little bit and add a little oomph. So that's an awesome way to blend things without having to have like a whole pack of melts, because then you can have this one little one that you just throw in there as like your seasoning. It's like you're cooking. So yes, I love the sampler packs, and I think it's a great idea that me as a buyer, I would love to have the option, even if you didn't want to take the risk, because in reality, these things are kind of expensive. I mean, like overall, they're not compared to a candle. Out of 1 shell, you should be able to get 24 to 30 hours of burn time in your whole shell, not 1 cube. I wish it was 1 cube, but it's not. In your whole shell. So I mean, like, that's equivalent to a candle. It really is. If you think about like single wicks, double wicks, triple wicks, it is equivalent to a candle for a fraction of the price, which is awesome. And there's no fire involved unless you're using a tea light warmer. Most people these days use electric warmers, so there's no flame involved, so it's a lot safer, especially if you have kids, you have pets, that kind of thing. As far as safety goes, I mean, it could be a little messy to clean it up if they knock it over, because you're getting wax everywhere, but there's no fire involved, so it's a lot less dangerous. So for the price point, it's actually not that bad. But as far as wax melts go, it does get kind of expensive. So me as a person, I would love the option of trying something like a sampler, trying that instead of just spending a fortune on wax melts that you don't even know if they're going to be good. Which obviously I'll sit here and tell you they're going to be good because they're mine, but my opinion doesn't matter. So I would much rather buy a sampler pack to just get acclimated with a brand, which to me, I feel like every brand should offer something like that, because who knows if you're even going to like it, and the last thing you want to do is spend a fortune on something that you don't even like. So, but that's me, and you'll forever find me being like, this is the cheapest way to do things. I tell people, that's the crazy part. I go to these vendor events now, and I'll have people come up to me, and, you know, I'll have like the Fruit Loops going. Prime example, I had Fruit Loops going in my little tea light warmer, just so they can kind of smell it. And, you know, you're outside, so if you can smell it, to me, that means it's strong. So I have it going in my little warmer, and people will ask, oh, what is it? You know, and I tell them, and they're looking all over. I had one woman just instantly reach for a bar, and the bars are more expensive than the actual shells. Like, you know, anybody who follows it knows that the breakaway bars, they're a little more expensive than the shells. So she reaches right for the breakaway bar, and I'm like, well, you could get the shell for $1 cheaper. Do you just want to do that? If you're just looking for the scent and you don't care how it looks. And she's like, no, it's fine. I'll spend extra money. I'm like, you're crazy. I would not spend extra money. Like, you know, you buy the bar because it's cute and that's what you want to do. But to me, why spend the extra money if you don't have to? But that's me. Even as a business person, I'm like, why would I tell you not to give me more money? Like, what is wrong with me? But I think for me, I just want to see people get what they're looking for the cheapest way possible and the best quality. So even if that means I lose $1 here and there, whatever, it's not the end of the world. But to me, these sampler packs, I think, are like a great idea for that, where you don't know how good something's going to be, so why spend a whole fortune on it until you get used to it? At least you can try, you know, in little doses and see if it's even worth it. So definitely love that. And most of the time, each week when the scent changes, 9 times out of 10, you can find a sampler pack that's going to be on sale, because there's 8 different scents in each one, and it ends up being a lot of chances for one of these samplers to end up on sale. So I mean, it makes it even better. Like, you're getting the option to try things at an even cheaper rate. But that's just me, again. Always looking for like the most cost-effective way to do everything. But I believe that is it for this week. I don't know if, did I miss anything? That reminds me, the fruit, I have notes everywhere. So I have notes for everything. So, and then I have like the whole list of the sampler packs. I keep that on the wall. Next to my like build a sampler station when you guys order. And hi, Carla. Oh, you're late, but you showed up. At least you're here. Yes, so when you guys order samples, I have like a whole page on my wall where I have to sort through and, you know, pick each one so I know what even goes in your sampler, because I can't remember half the time. And even after all these months of doing them, I still have to look at the page to even remember what is in each sampler, because there's so many of them and so many scents, and it's, my brain turns to mush. So I have the whole entire list of all the different samplers, because I want to make sure I gave you guys the accurate information while I'm here telling you what's in them. So yes, forgot what I was gonna say, but I think that is it for this week. That was kind of quick, 20 minutes. That was kind of quick. I was a little late today. I'm kind of like lost in the sauce doing a million things. And yeah, see, if anybody didn't catch the beginning of it, you can always catch the playback or the replay. I know I watch it every week, like after it ends, just to make sure I don't look like a moron while I'm doing this. And then I'll be like, oh, why did I say that? Like, it's horrible. I feel like people in general, like we are our own worst critic. Like, it's terrible, but I'll still sit there. And then I talk to my friend Ashley, which I don't think she's here right now. Normally she's here, but I'll talk to her and she's like, oh, you did great. You did great again. You always do great. I'm like, you're just so nice to me. You could just tell me I did bad. It's fine. But yes, we always like critique everything that I said or did. But overall, I think it's getting a lot better for me. Anybody who watched the first one of these versus like now, oh my God, it was terrible. I cringe. I like don't even want to see it. I don't want to see it at all because I was so nervous. But it's definitely getting better in time. And I love seeing a bunch of names and faces that I see all the time. Like Sheila and Carla, you guys are there every week and you're all over the group and you guys order all the time. So it's awesome to see those things and actually get to interact with people because it's kind of, I don't know, it's like a comfort thing now where I'm so excited to have people that keep coming back and so excited to see the same names and faces pop up. And I'm like, oh, look, you showed up for the party. So it's pretty awesome watching this whole thing grow and interacting with everyone. And, you know, some people get to see me make a fool of myself every week here. So, and you're just used to it now, which is kind of awesome. But I believe that is it for me, unless anybody has any questions. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to the Crack Corner page or, you know, my personal page. I know that some people have kind of shifted from the Crack Corner page, hi Sheila, to the, like, you know, they'll message me on my personal page. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I kind of like float around and I'll forget I'm logged into one and not log into the other. So like I miss messages. I'm a mess. So I try to get back to everybody as quick as I can. But if you have any questions or, you know, you're looking for any certain scents, feel free to reach out to me on any of the pages or Etsy. I know one day I had somebody message me on Etsy and then they messaged me on Facebook and I'm back and forth between both having two different conversations with the same person. Oh, hi, Nana. Yes, Rose is my grandma. That's my Nana. But yes, I'm going back and forth having conversations with the same person on two different forums with two different conversations. I don't even know what's happening anymore. So I'll answer whatever. I'll get there. But yes, so feel free to reach out to me on any of my pages if you are looking for certain scents or you have any questions about actual products or upcoming products, anything like that. Feel free to reach out. I know I had someone ask recently about Scoopables. They wanted to know when Scoopables were coming back, and they will actually not be back until September-ish. I'm playing that one kind of by ear. I'm waiting for it to cool down a little. I know at this event that I did this weekend, it was about 90 degrees outside, and I had to take all my Scoopables off of my shelf because they all started to melt, which I kind of knew that was coming. Even though I had fans pointed right at them, they were still getting melty, so I was a little upset. I was hoping I'd be able to get a little farther out into the summer, but apparently not. I also went and bought like a portable tabletop air conditioner, so I'm going to try that because everything seemed to start to get a little gooey. And the last thing I want is to send people home with wax melts that are just not perfect, I guess. So I got like a little tabletop air conditioner. I have this bajillion-dollar fan, and the fan did not cut it, but everybody seemed to love it, and they all stood in front of it the whole day. So maybe that's why it didn't cut it, because they were blocking it. But yes, so Scoopables, they will hopefully be coming back in the beginning of September. If anybody was interested in them, I'm hoping by the middle of September they'll definitely be back. It just has to get like below 80 outside and they can make their comeback. But I believe that is it for me. Again, feel free to message me if you guys have any questions. Fruit Loops is our highlighted scent. Right now they are super cute. If you ask me, they're kind of like dark tie-dye. And they have like that bluish, purpley vibe, which I love. Love it with glitter, obviously. So yes, Fruit Loops is a scent this week. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and I will see you guys next week.